we know she is alive?
Welcome to round 26 of Eat the Buckle, the horror movie battle royale podcast that puts two movies in a weekly head-to-head matchup where the loser will remain in the ring another week and we'll be forced to watch it repeatedly until there's one movie left standing in an effort to determine the worst horror movie ever made. This week's matchup, for a month straight now, 1994's Ghoulies 4, aka Gruelies, and trying to dethrone them is 1982's The House of Sorority Row. I'm Jared, and with me are two gentlemen who I would like to thank for helping me become what I am today. Wasted! Gentlemen, how are you doing this fine St. Patrick's Day?
Insane, they're all insane. The fireman's blind, the conductor's lame. It's a little Tom waits for you.
Yep. I'm gonna have to, Josh. I'm gonna have to pinch you. You're not wearing any green.
Wait,
You can't see below the belt here.
Jared, from camera, it looks like you have a gray waffle sweater on.
It's many colors. I'm not wearing green either. I refuse.
I'm actually sitting here in a green thong.
But I'm gonna have to pinch you. When was the last time you guys actually like celebrated a St. Patrick's Day?
You mean went somewhere?
Yeah,
not the house.
Yeah,
or
like said, "Hey, it's St. Patrick's Day. What a cool, fun day."
Specifically, it was probably in my 20s.
Yeah,
which is not specific enough for your answer, but like I remember going to Pittsburgh at least once, right out of college or right around the end of college, and it was a hellscape.
Yeah, I think I did into my 30s probably, but that was more like grab a couple people and go out to the bar on St. Patrick's Day. That was the celebration.
when did it turn into like in our lives, our age? When did it become like, fuck, that's gonna be a horrible day to go out? I'm not going out on. I'm not even leaving the house on St. Patrick's Day. Like, what? When did that become? I've never liked St. Patrick's Day.
I mean, I've been that way about a lot of things for the last 8 years. So,
Man, yeah, I think I don't know. It was probably well into the 30s, where it's just like everybody here is like half my age, and I don't want to be around them anymore. You know?
Yeah.
COVID had a lot to do with that.
COVID did have a lot to do with it.
Isn't it wild that almost to the day that was 5 years ago?
Yeah,
only 5. Yeah, God bless.
It was Friday the 13th. I was like on my way home from. I was actually getting tattooed that day, and the guy that was doing my tattoo, shout out to Billy Chop in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. They were about to go on a convention in Scranton, PA, and as he was tattooing me, like both of our phones just kept chiming, and it was like ding, like, oh, the college basketball tournament's canceled, like ding, oh, NBA just canceled their season, like ding 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 ding, like in real time. And then they were just like, should we be going on this thing? And that's, and then by the time I got home from work, which is like an hour away from the tattoo, which is like an hour away from where I live, by the time I got home, it was like toilet papers. You can't find toilet paper. It like turned into fucking chaos. It was like, whoa, this is a weird Friday the 13th, man. And then like, so yeah, like almost to the day 5 years ago, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
And then
that is wild.
But hey, it's St. Patrick's Day. Let's not think of the bad things. Let's think of the fun things.
Tighty, and may all your blessings be Irish, or whatever they fucking say.
Unless you're in college or actually Irish and you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, then you're dipshit.
Well, so funny thing about that, the Irish, it's actually not a big deal to them. The Irish don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. It's purely a commercialized American holiday.
Well, then you're all dipshits. Aaron,
We
you're wearing
sit-
green. You don't get pinched.
No, I don't. I'm amazed we're not going down to Jeans to celebrate with Lucy, who is Irish, and but I haven't seen her down there for a while. Last I saw her was around Christmas, and she said she was going on vacation. And I don't know if maybe with the way things went with the election, maybe that was the last time she was going to be allowed back in the States.
Maybe Ice snatched her up and said, "Hey, you got an accent. Get out of our country."
Yeah, that's completely possible. As Jared throws up the 4-leaf clover reaction
I
on
learned
the
how to do
Zoom.
reactions today, baby.
Ugh.
These Zoom records just got a whole lot more interesting.
I got a whole lot zoomier.
I got Girl Scout cookies this weekend.
Oh, now we're doing paid
Okay.
advertisements. Okay.
Okay.
No, but when I ordered them,
Were they $10 a box?
no
They are.
sponsor. They're $6, I think.
What?
I think they're $6 a box.
Then they
Or
must have got tiny.
8 cookies.
They are smaller, I think, but it's so funny. I ordered them online, like one of my friends, their niece is in a troop in like upstate New York or something. So I went to the link and you can order them online now, but when you go to pay for it, you have the option of having them, just sent UPS or FedEx or whatever, or you can choose to have a Girl
No.
Scout hand deliver them to your house from a
Oh,
local
no.
troop.
Oh, no.
Which is kind of weird, don't you think?
Oh, no.
Which I think is just a ploy to search for a certain type of individual who would just be wanting a random Girl Scout to come to their house.
Well,
You
it's
better
not like
believe.
she's gonna show up as like one child is not going to show up with
Yeah.
with 6 boxes of cookies.
What's going to happen
I
is
think
Dad's
that's
going to
what
be
it is.
delivering those cookies with the
Yeah.
girl waving from the car.
Yeah, there is a
spiked
dad.
baseball bat behind his back.
That is the kind of father I would be. I'd have like the shotgun slung over one shoulder, standing directly behind my daughter.
It's so fucking funny.
That's hilarious. That option is fucking
I know.
hilarious.
And it's not even the technically the girl that you bought it from. It's a random that
Right.
now has to
Yeah.
go out and do basically community service.
Right.
What if they had like a Russian bride catalog where you could choose the Girl Scout you wanted to deliver your
Oh boy.
cookies?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. Boy, that COVID, huh? That COVID. That was wild 5 years ago.
Woo!
But yeah,
once again,
I did not
we're starting off
choose-
blue.
I did not choose to have a random young lady deliver my cookies. But I have been enjoying them. They're weird now too. Like they
What
don't have,
kind? First of all, are we gonna play a game where we guess what kind you bought?
if you want,
All right.
Thin Mints.
anything to not talk about either of these movies.
How many boxes did you buy?
9.
Oh, how
Seriously?
many different types?
Oh,
I mean,
There
I
were
am an
duplicates.
overweight
There were
alcoholic.
duplicates.
I did not buy 9 boxes
Well,
last time.
for us, it's because Erica doesn't eat chocolate, so I had to get the non-chocolate ones for her.
She gets those
And then-
boring ass shortbread cookies,
Like
doesn't
the
she?
trifolds, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
trefoils.
Yeah, you
But they
gotta
don't call them any of that anymore. They have different names.
So did you actually get Girl Scout cookies or did you get like Aldi's?
No, they're Girl Scout cookies. So like the tagalongs, the peanut butter chocolate ones,
Uh-huh.
they're now just called peanut butter patties.
Yeah.
I don't know. You might have gotten Alibaba.
No, there's a whole thing about that you can look up. The Girl Scouts had to rename some of their cookies because of some lawsuit or something. So like tagalongs, I think Samoas aren't called Samoas anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a
Thin
lot
Mints
of
are
different.
still Thin Mints.
Yes, but there's a
But-
couple cookies they had to change their name, something to do with the company that made them. Own the names and then they started getting them made by a different company. I don't know. It's all horse shit.
We'll do
All
a
right.
deep dive next, but I'll tell you this:
You got Samoas.
they're still damn delicious.
You had to buy Samoas, right?
Did I buy Samoas?
Survey says. No.
Thumbs down. I did not buy Samoas.
You
That's the
did buy
best
tag
one.
alongs.
No, I don't like coconut. I did get
I
tag
knew
alongs.
that.
I got
Thin mints.
two boxes of tag alongs, 2 boxes of thin mints. There's one I'd never heard of that's like a caramel chocolate one.
Get that shit out of
I
here.
got that, and I got just the regular peanut butter cookie one, like the non-chocolate peanut butter cookie ones. And then Erica there's some new lemon cookie, which sounds disgusting, but she's weird.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
then
like
the
it's like the
trefoils.
old Italian Christmas cookies.
Yeah,
They have
Yeah.
lemon Oreos now too.
they have every Oreos is nuts. They need to calm the fuck down.
Lemons and cookies should not coexist.
No, I agree.
Lemon should not be put with anything other than aid.
You're making all those old Italian late grandmas from Torso cry now.
Oh,
Lemons shouldn't be anywhere near cookies.
Mamma mia.
I like a lemon pie.
Here we
lemon
go
meringue
again.
pie.
That's okay. You know what? Because the Irish and the Italians don't like each other. And today's St. Patty's Day, so fuck them old Italian broads and their limoncello.
These opinions expressed are Josh's and only Josh's. Please do not contact us. Contact him. I'll give you his email address at the end of the show. Hold on.
I kid.
All right. Well, on that news.
Alrighty, should we get into it already?
Well, and that's about as
You won't
bad.
see us be putting any lemon in our cookies.
We only put.
Don't say potatoes.
Potatoes.
Have you ever had a potato whiskey cookie?
Our first movie up is what's it called? The House.
The House.
Okay, The House on
This
Sorority
is how
Row.
memorable the movie is.
I watched this and then went to.
Wait, don't you give us a little synopsis first?
Yeah,
I will, but before I do, I watched this and then went to rank it on, or log it on my Letterboxd account. And when I went in there, I had already given it from who knows when. So I was like, oh, I guess I've seen this before. Had no recollection of it. Watched it Saturday night, completely sober. Don't remember a thing about it. But anyway, it was released January 21st, 1983. For the first time in a long time, we have a movie with a budget and a box office. The budget was $425,000. Do you think it ate the buckle at the box office?
No.
No, I think it made its money back.
It made $10.6 million, which begs the question, why no sequels? We'll get into it. This was written and directed by Mark Rossman, co-written by Bobby Fine, starring Kate McNeil, Eileen Davidson, Janice Ward, Robin Malloy, Harley Jane Kozak, and Jody Draghi. In this film, a group of sorority sisters accidentally kill their overbearing house mother in a prank gone wrong, but instead of calling police or an ambulance, they decide to hide the body so that they can follow through on their plans to throw an end-of-year house party, which their house mom had forbidden. And there's a bunch of other weird shit that I didn't quite understand, but we'll talk about. Was this essentially Red Christmas minus the ham-fisted, lazy, alt-right religious horseshit shoot-in? Yep. Will it eat the buckle? Maybe. Let's find out. Gentlemen, off the top rope, what did you think about this movie?
Okay. That's a pause on all of the stereotype voices for the rest.
I'm just being a leprechaun. They're fictional.
Did Al Jorgensen from Ministry sample the no at the beginning of this? That's my first preamble to this discussion because the no. I'll put the clip in if I can remember. But I laughed because I was like, Never trust a junkie. Every time I see this, I think that. I go, never trust a junkie.
Possibly.
Oh man.
It's quite possible.
The first note I have of this movie is they really take the whole gauzy looking film to a whole new level.
Oh,
It
that
looked
Star
like this
Trek.
thing was shot
Yeah.
through like 3 thick curtains. You could
they,
barely see what was going on.
they love that soft effect from Star Trek in this.
Oh, man, they overdid it.
This viewing for the podcast, I actually watched it twice this week.
Oh no.
Oof.
Yeah, because I had watched the Riff Tracks version. Because, like I said last episode, I own this movie and I didn't remember how it ended. So I was like, all right, I'm going to watch the Riff Tracks. And I watched it about a week ago now. And I didn't make it to the end. Like always, like again, I watched Mystery Science Theater to fall asleep. So it was like from 10 or 11 and I didn't make it all the way through. So I was like, all right, that's fine. Now I knew for the podcast we were going to watch it. So I was like, I'll just watch it. Suffice to say, I still think I have brain damage because my memory, like there are black holes in this watching this movie where I think I know I went back and watched the riff tracks just to finish and say I did finally watch it all the way through because I was like, I know from this, like again, like Jared said, Stone Cold Sober Viewing, I don't remember ever hearing them talk about the end of the movie, which we'll get to. But it was just wild. And so I went back and I watched it and I was like, oh, I can see how I fell asleep to this easily because it's like what was the Christmas movie that I was dogging? To All a Good Night?
To All a Good Night. Yeah.
This is To All a Good Night again.
No. To All a Good Night plays like gangbusters
Yeah.
compared to this.
Yeah, that was at least fun. This was
I own the movie. I still have questions, and this is like probably my 8th time watching the movie.
No, this is what's the condition people have where it's like face blankness or somewhere that you know they just can't remember people's faces. Yeah, like that. This movie is that. Like I could have watched this 3 times between Saturday and this record, and I would have remembered.
You would
nothing.
think.
I'm looking at my notes now, and I'm like, what?
You would
it's
think.
Funny. It's
I
funny
would
that you said that you don't remember the end of the movie. And the filmmakers did not remember to end the movie.
You would think that someone would remember Sergeant Kabuki Man showing up
there
at the end of the movie.
Yeah, so there's really not there's like a weird B story that then comes back that we can talk about in detail, but other than like the preamble I gave, there's not a lot that happens. It's just your typical slasher, and they lead you to believe it's the house mother that they threw in the pool after killing in a prank is coming back and killing them with her cane that she absolutely did not need.
The cane that she sharpened up to a fine death dealing point.
Yeah, because right before they kill her, they go out of their way to show you this montage of pictures with her and different sorority classes over the years.
Yeah.
And she's the same age in every single one.
Oh yeah. That's
I wonder why.
First of all, that reveal happens way too soon. That's like the first 15 minutes of the movie, you get that reveal, and it's like, why didn't they save that for later in the movie? So there's something.
But what was that
weird? Is that she's ageless?
But why?
And that's what they never tell you.
she looks the exact same in that kind of cold opening.
Yeah,
it's like that they put the blue filter on for some because people the distributors didn't want to see a black and white photo to scare off the kids, I guess.
Right.
But she looks the same.
So
I'm assuming in the 50s or the 60s.
Yeah, I was like,
you
so is this going to be like the Jack Nicholson Shining final shot thing where she's a ghost or something? Or
right. Well, I thought maybe it would be like a. At first I thought it was going to be kind of like a Very Bad Things or like Weekend at Bernie's type of deal. where like they're have
If
to
this
like
could have
make
been more Weekend at Bernie's, that would
oh
have been
man
a hit.
or anything other than what we got. But the point is like it leads you to believe there's something going to like supernatural going to happen. Like she's not really dead. She comes back, and
Yeah.
then that's not it. She's just dead.
Yeah.
And for some reason, she was ageless for how many fucking years?
Yeah.
How many
Decades.
decades? And then
Like she was
just
old in the
right.
50s or whatever, and then, you know,
I
3
I
decades later, she's still the same old.
I guess it's one of those things where you just don't care as a filmmaker.
I couldn't honestly couldn't tell if they were like just trying to show that, hey, this old bitch has been around forever, and just, you know, people have had to deal with her for this long, and just not bother to put any effects on her to make her look younger in the pictures, or if they were going for something
I see.
supernatural.
And it's her house?
Oh,
I
she's the house mom, I think.
Yeah, but I just they
And
make
because she's
they
been there so long, she treats it as her house, is I think what they were trying to get across, and she is the
'cause
authority figure.
yeah, I couldn't remember if it was the same house
But she did all
at
have
the
that
beginning.
weird, creepy kid shit up in the attic.
Yes,
So
yeah, it
it,
was her house.
Yeah. And
I
she had some mental condition where she could if she got like stressed out, she would get violently rampage.
yeah,
did you notice that she was dubbed?
I did not.
No, I didn't notice a whole
I
lot.
again, I've watched it, and then as soon as read that she was dubbed, I'm watching it and I go, "Well, you idiot! It's obvious. It's like Torso. It's that bad in terms of like you can tell that voice is not coming out of that woman after someone
Oh,
finally."
she must have given a not so great performance
They
in a
said
movie full of not so great performances.
they said her voice was not husky enough.
That they should have
Wow,
got the throw mama from the train
that would
Goonies
have been
Goonies
amazing if she
just to
was in
do
that
the
role.
voice.
Oh, I'd love to see her in the role. Period.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be
She would have
great
been
too. But
awesome.
also just to hear her voice come out of the
See her in the
attic.
flashback at the beginning going,
You
I'm
can't
giving
have a
birth!
party.
I'm giving birth! Oh!
There's no parties tonight. Uh, but
So eat the buckle safety tip, firearm safety tip. If you're going to fire a firearm and go target shooting, wear proper ear protection and safety glasses.
I thought of the ear protection when
mm,
Eileen Davison and whatever that piece of ass she takes up there. And
Mancuso.
instead of just shooting at one target, she starts spinning in 360 degrees.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
she turns into
Yeah.
the end of the end of
Yeah.
Night of the Creeps. She
Yeah.
turns into Tom Atkins,
At
spinning around.
multiple points in the movie, I think every character like looks down the barrel of that gun and is like pointing it at each other. It's like it's very irresponsible for
She dropped the one woman
like
drops
drops it.
when she's like bang, and they just
Yeah.
drop a loaded gun. Uh was the gun actually loaded?
See that did she die of a heart attack or did she get shot because there was no blood to be seen?
Because my understanding would have been they had to have blanks
Yes.
because the the guy that she goes target practice with, obviously she hits things. You see like tin cans
Yeah,
get knocked over, glass break. But when she shoots that one lamppost, the lamppost breaks.
yeah. So
Then
it's
the accomplice throws ketchup on her ankle. So am I to think that she shot a live round 2 feet to the left of that woman and then
maybe
accidentally shot Mrs. Slater in the chest?
maybe the conceit there is that, well, no, because it wasn't a revolver. It had like a. I was gonna say maybe they
No, it's
put
a
one.
45
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe the prank was they put one live bullet in, or
with
thought they only
blanks.
had one. Yeah,
But
but
that's
it wasn't. Yeah, not that kind of gun.
There's no effect where like there's no squib that goes off.
Yeah.
So that I've always just assumed that she had a heart attack from her condition that they were, but wasn't the condition? No, the condition is where he's taking
Well,
notes
if that's the
talking
case, then
about her
they're all
brain.
dumb as hell because they could have just called the ambulance and said, "Hey, our house mother had a heart attack,"
Well, they also
instead of freaking out.
to put weight on her for her to sink, they just said go get more towels.
Yeah.
which equated to
And
2
it worked.
towels. 2 towels, one of which they actually tied around her, the other just floated loosely beside her.
Yeah.
Did
Richard
you
Band did the score for this.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Charles
Wasn't a good
Band's
score.
brother. I didn't mind the score. I think
I
he does good work.
couldn't
We get
remember
another
the score.
scene of kids in the 80s fucking in their socks.
Oh yeah. Oh, to
And by-
piggyback on your top tip, safety tip,
Uh-huh.
that was the smallest, tiniest condom I've ever seen.
Well, who knows what fake Mancuso was packing.
That it looked
Thimble
like
dick.
it looked like a Playmobil toy condom.
He
Like-
did look
like-
like Mancuso, though, don't you think?
His hair was a little too curly for Mancuso.
Yeah. Well, that guy actually
Mancuso
looked.
looked like more of a Scott Baio. Oh.
Yeah, this was just a nothing. This was forgettable. I don't even know if it was good or bad. I didn't have fun. I had such a shit day the day that I watched it, and I was like, I'm just gonna have fun with this.
Try
Did you-
to.
Yeah.
Did
and
you like the band during their party?
I was gonna ask where you rank this band up there with the bands we've seen.
I do love a
I
good
too.
80s party band.
I had the note: is this a better band than the one from cheerleader camp?
Or Vampire Happening.
Well, and I say yes to both. That this
Yeah,
band,
I think this
four
is
out,
top.
4 out of 5 doctors was
Is
the
that
name
what
of the
they were
band.
called?
Yeah,
I thought
I meant-
I thought the singer was absolutely fucking awesome. Like his little
Yeah.
speaking part, he's just like so cheesy. He's like, "Oh, hey, let's get the graduating class down here," and like the 6 girls in the sorority walk down.
I would have rather watched a movie about this band
Yeah,
than because they were the
Yeah.
highlight of the movie for me. And actually, I guess, are they better than Duh? We can't forget about Duh.
I think that they deserve to open for Duh.
yeah.
They share Uncle Pecker as their
As
roadie.
the roadie.
Yeah, that
Uh,
I'd go to that.
At that party, there are people from the age range of 14 to 39
Yeah,
as college students. As college students.
They all
There's-
had my hairline.
there's people in
Or
this
best.
strange scene where the 3 guys in their tidy whities decide to go to the pool together. And
Yeah.
they range from their teens to their 30s.
Yeah.
Thank God we got another 80s overwhite, pale, white guy in his underwear or his bare ass.
These are the tropes.
They called him
folks.
Pig, right?
Yeah,
Was he
his-
saying like
he's-
I'm a pig and
I'm a sea pig.
I'm a
I'm
sea
a
pig.
sea
It's like,
pig.
God, you. Actually, you know what? Fuck this movie.
I thought watching this whole movie, this movie is the exact type of movie that should have a good, thoughtful remake done of it. Because if they would have just taken some right steps, it probably actually could have been a fun, memorable slasher, or like I said earlier, something like a Very Bad Things, where like they murder the house mom, and then a
Yeah.
calamity ensues as they're trying to keep her hidden from everybody. And
Yeah.
it seems like they attempted in this, but it just wasn't funny, and it just didn't hit.
It's funny. There was a reboot of this,
Oh, was there?
and I have a funny story about it. Came out in 2009. It's just called Sorority Row. It has Carrie Fisher in it. And when I lived in Brooklyn, when Erica and I lived in Brooklyn, the weekend it came out, we were hanging out with our friend Jason, who you guys know, and we were like, let's just walk to the movie theater. Let's go see a movie. It was like Friday or Saturday night, and so we got there, and there was this huge line, like around the block to get to the movie. We were like, what the fuck is going on? Why is there? It was like 10 o'clock at night, and it took for like the line wasn't moving. We're like, what the hell's going on? And it was before, like smartphones were out, so we didn't know. Then we realized just from people talking that there was the same night that a, some Tyler Perry movie had come out. So there was a bunch of people going to see that. But the reason the line wasn't moving was because someone had lit the theater on fire that the Tyler that the Tyler Perry movie was playing in. And so they weren't letting people in until they dealt with it. And then it turned out that
Tyler Perry lit the movie theater on fire.
so that theater and the one next to it was the one where they were showing Sorority Row, and we got word later, like as we were waiting in line, that had happened, and they weren't going to let people into those two theaters because they had to like mitigate the smoke and shit. So we waited there for like 40 minutes to get to this probably shitty movie. I never ended up actually watching it, and then we had to go back because someone lit the theater on fire
in protest of boo a Medea Halloween.
I think it was I can do bad by myself, or whatever that Tyler Perry movie's called. I'm fairly certain it was that.
Doesn't matter. He sucks.
The title, but anyway, we should probably talk about the twist, about why I say this was essentially Red Christmas minus the
which is another reason to hate Red Christmas, because it completely rips off this movie.
Yeah, so in the beginning, there's some weird flashback of the house mom
giving birth, and they say
they do a C-section and take her baby.
Right.
Yeah, they say she's the last one, which makes you think it's like an elves situation.
Yeah,
or like were they doing abortions?
Being experimented on or something?
No, that was.
Did all the girls get pregnant and they just took all their babies?
No, it was the doctor was doing off the books insemination experiments. Which he says worked, but there were side effects.
Which had nothing to do with her being a house mom that didn't age for
30 years.
Yeah, for 30, 40 years. It's just this other like weird plot that then comes back around because you find out that the killer is her son that had been just living in the attic of this place.
Well,
is that what happened?
This is my question, because again, I've watched this more than anyone here, and I don't know this answer, because the doctor has this line where he makes it out that Eric the fetus stays in the hospital and then that she brings him home for the summer. And that's why he gave her that little like if found call, 555 whatever.
That's why she hates that the girls are still in the house.
Right, because she celebrates Juneteenth with Eric the fetus.
Yeah.
And so it gets to a point where how can you just check a mental patient, I guess? How can you just check someone out for the summer? I don't know that that's a thing.
See you after Labor Day.
Yeah, a lot of leaps of logic taken in this.
Man.
Yeah, like it's not like
it's a mess.
It's not like he was aborted like Cletus the fetus. It's a full-term pregnancy, but it's just because of the whatever chemicals they use. He comes out disfigured. But you don't ever know anything about the guy.
And am I remembering correctly that it kind of, the way it's shot, it makes it seem like Eric the child witnesses them killing the mom?
Yes.
So
he's up in the attic.
So so that insinuates that like you're supposed to be rooting for these girls who are being picked off one by one by a child with mental disabilities that saw them murder and hide his mom's body,
or it may not be that he
try
had
to kill him.
Mental disabilities. I think it was just that he was kind of disfigured like the Elephant Man.
Yeah, he definitely had
some disfigurement. He had rage issues, I believe, which because they also divvy that out the way that you, the viewer, that you think the mom does. have the rage. Like she's gonna Hulk out if she gets shot with a fake gun.
Yeah.
And beat some people with her cane.
Yeah, I don't know.
Talking it
It's a
out
fucking
is not
mess.
helping.
No,
Talking
It's a
it out is
mess.
not helping at all.
that's
But
not
It's a mess
good.
of a movie.
It's another one of Tarantino's favorites.
And they did set it up to have a sequel with the very last shot, but it must have been just ripped by critics because this thing, like I said, it cost $400-some thousand and made 10 million. You'd think that
Yeah.
would be money in the bank for sequels, but
There would be a 5 movie development deal on Netflix.
yeah, it just
and
must have
Does-
been.
and a
Does Carrie
10.
Fisher play the house mom in the remake?
I have
I'm
no
gonna have to look
idea,
this up. I
but
think I'm gonna have to look this up.
we're gonna have to take a break
All right.
and button this up on the backside.
Go ahead, take a swim. You like getting people wet, right?
Okay. I did have a note that said, "This band fucking slaps. Is it Space Hog?"
It might as well have been.
It looked and sounded like Space Hog.
I wrote down one of the song lyrics, I believe, if I got it correct. It was, "She's got those Bambi eyes making me flutter."
Ooh.
She's got them blowjob eyes.
Yeah.
There was the one part that I do remember where she's just going, Kane, Kane, Kane. She like gets hit in the head and lightly hit in the head with just a little itty bitty blood mark, and she just loses her mind and starts screaming, Kane.
Oh,
The one blonde girl that gets killed, that scene's so bizarre because she's in like a bedroom, and then the window opens by itself behind her, and she turns around, and instead of being like scared or anything, she just like happily walks over to it with a big smile on her face and sees the Jack in the Box.
yep.
And then she picks up the Jack in the Box and it starts spinning. And then the killer slowly comes up behind her and kills her. And I thought, like, how much of a cooler scene would that be? And this will happen in the remake that I write. That is not Sorority Row and will be better. Uh, the thing should have just fucking exploded in her hands, and then you just see like body parts flying everywhere. It would have been so much better of a kill than what you get. But the same could be said for everything else in this movie. It's
There, to keep it on topic for St. Patrick's Day today, there were a lot of Irish goodbyes from that party that I kept thinking, is the party now done? And then you'd
Yeah.
go back and no, the way it's edited, everyone goes their own way 16 different times. And yet there's still a loud, well-attended party downstairs that
yeah.
with extras and everything. And then you just are like led to believe that yes, this, like Josh said, the blonde girl who got paid her $200, showed her boob, and then went out to check on what was outside, apparently can sleep through anything.
Yep. It was
Just
a
like
mess.
two of the other girls. That one girl that got hit with the cane,
Kane.
who it says Kane to Kate, our protagonist, really was giving Ellie a run for her money
Yeah.
in terms of screen time death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
It sure
and
was.
the poor woman ends up with her head somehow chopped off with a chef knife and her head put in the toilet.
It's in the toilet. I forgot about
Man.
that.
We the first kill in this movie, other than Mrs. Slater, doesn't happen till almost 40 minutes in. 38 minutes and 29 seconds is what I wrote down. And we
I don't-
get there eventually to where you actually see some decent slasher kills, but over half of the kills in this movie are so fucking lame. It's like camera pans away, you don't see it, you see a shadow or it cuts right before something happens.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, it was really, as far as slashers go, especially for this time period when there's already been some really good horror on the market, like, it was a pretty tame, slasher movie.
Yeah, the only thing that really stands out is I thought there was one effective scene where it's the very end where the main gal is in the attic.
Yeah.
and she's looking around, and you see there's the adult jester costume. There's the Jack in the Box jester is pretty prominent throughout the movie, but then there's in the attic there's like the jester costume just kind of in a wardrobe. And you could there's the scene where you see it in the background, it's like dimly lit, and all of a sudden starts to move. It's like that was actually pretty cool
You mean when Terrifier appears?
yeah. And I
It
wish
is Uncle or not. It's not Terrifier. It's fucking Sergeant Kabuki, man.
and they could have just had him be in that, and it maybe would have been more effective. I don't know, but that was I try to say positives about things, and this was really the only positive. That and the band were the only
You've
good things.
seen the three of us have seen The Clown at Midnight. There's no way you could make a clown scary except for like it. It has to be a supernatural entity. It can't just be guy that looks like a clown and goes murdering.
No, I don't. I'm just saying it would have been better than what we got.
I don't know.
Than just a disembodied cane.
Yeah, I don't have
popping into frame every once in a while.
I don't have much else to say about this movie. It wasn't the worst movie we've watched. It wasn't near the top of the list. It's just kind of
it was maybe the most forgettable for me.
Just kind of a pair of wet socks running down the hallway after a waterbed is popped.
That hallway they do at the end, towards the end, do a real good vertigo zoom where she's running down the hall and like the camera does that pan thing where it zooms in, but everything else doesn't.
Yeah,
that's about the nicest memorable thing I can talk about as
the
a
Hitchcock
capstone.
shot.
The Hitchcock shot was about it, which I mean, I wanted to ask you, Jared, you're the big slasher aficionado. What is it like? Does this do anything for you?
No. No. Because I wanted it. That's what I was saying. Like I was in a bad mood. I had a bad day, and I was like, "Oh, this will be a highlight of my day. I'm going to sit down with this dumb slasher movie and just enjoy it, because no matter how bad it is, I'm sure I'll find something to enjoy." It was just no, there wasn't anything. It was so generic.
It's just there.
Boring. Like, if you're gonna do anything with a slasher movie, don't make it boring. And that's the number one sin for me. And this was
there was kind of
big
batshit,
letdown,
but it was a boring batshit.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's again, like, once the kills started happening, they were coming more and more frequently, but there was just nothing behind them. They weren't creative. They weren't, like, again, it's just you just see a cane pop in and then go through someone's stomach, and then that was it. But yeah, no, this was bad. And that's almost more disappointing than, knowing what you're getting into.
Because
like
I
a Ghoulies.
It had all the tenets. It had a band. It had the girls.
Yeah.
Girls.
A sorority setting. Those are all the ingredients for a fun time at the picture show.
It kind of reminds me of Graduation Day, where it's another, obviously, like around that was high school, I think, where there's a couple things that you remember, but gun to the head right now, I can't remember how it ends either.
Nope.
I feel like
if I didn't have notes to, like, get my synapses going in my brain to, like, flash back on these things, I would not remember any of this movie.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm looking at these notes and, like, oh yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that. But if it weren't for that, I'd be lost at sea on this one. But I would be remiss if I didn't say it does take place, as you said, on Juneteenth, which is also our brother Scott's birthday. So next time your birthday rolls around, Scott, you should pop this movie on and enjoy yourself.
Crack open a cold one.
And call yourself a sea pig.
I'm done with this movie.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else to say about it?
Nope. I'm ready for a game.
You want to play a game?
Yeah, I want to play a game.
All right. It's the return of Survey's Dead. Oh, shit.
Oh, man. A return.
We're gonna say, is this the first time we've had a return?
This is the first time we've had a return.
That our addled brains can remember. Yeah.
Survey's dead.
If you remember, about a month or so ago, we all gave our top 25 lists or bottom 25 lists.
Depending
I
on
remember
how-
that. I remember.
on your perspective.
Well, I took our 3 lists and I had our unpaid intern mull through them and pull it together and give a definitive ranking 1 through 25 based on the median of where we all ranked the movies. Based on that, we're gonna do a little surveys dead. So the first, you guys will play together
Mhm.
and you'll take turns. You're a family. You're the Buckle family. If you get 3 strikes, you're done. The
Right.
first question, or what do they call it? Survey. The first survey
First
is
survey, yes.
We asked 100 horror films.
what, based off our 3 lists combined, were the favorite top 7 favorite movies on the board. So the ones we like the best.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me yours. Whoever you decide to start.
Josh,
Buckle
you
family.
can go.
Okay. These top 7, you said.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have
All
a good idea because I do remember a couple of those that Josh and I were both on
Pretty
the same
close
boat.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start off with the Grindhouse classic Planet Terror.
Yep.
Surveys dead. Number 3 off the board, Planet Terror.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be number 1.
Damn it.
Event Horizon. Oh wait, this is on all 3.
Yep.
Now, did you say median or average?
It's a median score.
Because that's going to weigh different.
Mm-hmm. Because you both had it like number 1 or something.
Yeah.
don't
Well, no,
think I
Josh had
that
it.
high.
Josh had it as number 1. I had it as number 3 or 4.
I didn't have it as 1.
You didn't?
Mm-mm. Planet Terror is my number 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Planet Terror. I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
I thought you meant Event Horizon. Okay.
No. Let's go with Cemetery Man.
Cemetery Man surveys dead. Number 4. So you got 3 and 4 off the board.
We're going lower.
Ooh. All right. So we got 1, 2, and 5 left.
1, 2, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we're doing 7.
Am I allowed to look at a list of the movies that we've?
If you
I
want.
don't know. It's hard to remember.
I can never remember, which is sad because we're only on episode 26,
and
Yeah.
they're your favorite ones.
Listen, I got a lot going on in my life right now. Let's throw out Event Horizon then.
Surveys dead.
It's got to be on there.
Number 5.
Yep.
I figured it would be 7. That's
Yeah,
gonna make
Jared had it way low.
This is
Oh, Night of the Creeps, obviously.
Surveys dead. Number 1.
oh
See how
thrill me.
much Jared weighed it towards his list.
It's my intern.
Unpaid intern GPT, which, come on, you could have put these in Excel and hit function.
Let's go with elves.
That's not gonna be up there.
Surveys dead.
Ugh.
I don't know what number that was, but
You don't have to. It was not. It was not in the top 7.
Demon Knight.
surveys dead. Number 2.
Oh, so we just
Okay.
got 7 left?
We got number 1, number 7, number
You
6.
got 1. Yes, you got 7 and 6 left.
Yeah, because Night of the Demons was number 1. So just 6 and 7?
Yep.
Oh man, these are going to be the hardest, I feel like. 2 strikes left. Is it my turn?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think.
Because you chose Demon Knight. Let's see. Friday the 13th, whatever butthole sequel that was.
6.
Surveys dead.
Oh, damn it. I got both of our strikes.
One strike left. Buckle family.
Can we discuss between ourselves?
Sure,
Okay.
you have been.
All right.
I was going to say this time out. I'm looking at the again and eat the buckle listicle, the most trustworthy and definitive from
Eat the
best to
buskle.
worst. From best to worst, a list of the first 25 movies by Aaron. I said listicle. Eat the buckle listicle.
You said bustle listicle.
Oh,
From best to worst.
from best to worst. Okay, let me slow that one down. And eat the buckle listicle, the most trustworthy and definitive from best to worst, which was the first 25 movies.
You'll
list.
think he was the one drinking the whiskey.
Well,
Hey, he's been in Baeben, hasn't he?
I had a mixed drink, but I did not think it was that strong. I think that was just my old speech impediment creeping up. I was going to say, Josh, rare exports. I think you and I both had it pretty high, but I can't remember Jared had it high.
I think that one was pretty high.
I think that might squeak in at 6 or 7.
Good call. Good call.
Was that your answer?
Yes.
Surveys dead. Number 6. So you got 7. Number 7.
This is gonna be the
With
hardest.
one strike left, Buckle family.
Let me see if I have those written down.
Don't look at your list. That's cheating.
Well, you said I could look at the
no
list.
idea where your list
You can look
is.
at a list of movies we've done, not
go
your ranked
fuck
list.
yourself. Go fuck your surveys. Let's see. All right.
See, I would say House of the Devil. I had it lower because I know you guys had it higher, but I don't know how high you guys had it.
I think it was mid somewhere on my list.
All right.
Probably a happy medium in there.
Yeah, I had Christmas Evil real high, which upset Jared because he thought I was going to be elves.
But I thought Jared had Christmas Evil up high too.
I don't know enough to. Where did you have it?
Pretty low.
Yeah, you weren't a fan.
I'm not a fan.
Except
for the last minute and a half.
It can't be Body Bags at number 13 on everyone's list.
Or could it?
I'm racking my brain that did really poor on the mathematics to try to think about how to do a median versus an average on the ACT.
Well, you got me there because I failed math. So
yeah, no, I did terrible at math. I did hella, and you can tell hell of a good time in English on the English side.
I think it could. No,
not demonic toys.
No, it could be Body Bags.
What's one of the movies that you had in your top 5 that we haven't said? Do you remember it all?
No.
We said Event Horizon. We said Night of the
So long
Creeps.
ago.
Demon Knight, Planet Terror, Cemetery Man was on there. Rare Exports was all high. Torso was
Madman?
not all high. You had Madman first. I didn't have Madman until like late.
I thought Jared had Madman up there too, though. Are we
No.
running out of time? Do we need to make a decision?
No. Oh, we are now getting.
The timekeeper is starting to show us some. We're running out of time here.
All right.
Steve Harvey's mustache is looking real cross.
You didn't like Torso.
Nope.
Could it be Incredible Melting Man?
Nope.
No. I want to say I think you guys had House of the Devil pretty high. Higher than I did.
You think it's House of the Devil?
Jason
I'll go
Lives.
with House of the Devil if you think. I already said Jason Lives. It was on there.
Jason
5 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. House of the Devil.
Surveys dead.
Ooh, nice job.
Thank God we used the whole commercial break.
Okay. Round 2. Give
Oh,
us the
I thought
bottom.
that was it.
But the bottom 5 are on the board.
All right.
Nope, sorry.
Okay.
Bottom 7 are on the board.
Bottom 7. This one's going to be easy. I'll go ahead and start since Josh
Yeah,
started.
you start.
Mousetrap.
Survey's dead. Number 1.
Vampire Happening.
Survey's dead. Number 6.
Yeah, Jared had that higher for some reason, and it made no sense. to
He
the two
loves
of us.
gelatin breasts.
Oh God, if only
I like the
And
taste of
Jonathan,
fresh-
or what was his name? What was the guy's
Joseph.
name?
Joseph.
Joseph.
Love
Oh,
Joseph.
see, I've infected you with Jonathan. Red Christmas.
Survey's dead.
That's got to be 2.
Number 3.
Oh God.
Okay. Jack Frost.
Survey's dead. Number 5.
Ghoulies 4.
Survey's dead. Number 2.
We know what we
Yeah.
hate.
You got
Yes.
4 and 7 left on the board.
Red Christmas.
You already said it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a strike.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
All right, I'll take it back.
Take
If
the
he-
strike.
yeah.
No.
Why don't
Okay.
you? Why don't you have
I'll
a
take
board?
the fucking strike and shove it up your ass.
Where's your Excel board or PowerPoint board? Come on.
I don't have one.
would
Mine was
have to
written
pay
on a
my intern
piece
to
of
do that.
notebook paper that I ate.
I'm talking about the game host. Where's his game board?
Oh.
So that we could see what we've said.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, you still got something to say.
Fuck. Let me think. What did we hate?
Demonic toys. We
Oh,
hated.
cheerleader camp.
Survey's dead.
All right, I'm going. Did we say we said Ghoulies 4 already?
Yeah,
That was what, number 2?
Yes.
it was on there. I can't remember where.
All right. In the spirit of the thing, we're gonna go with Japers Crapers 2.
Survey's dead. Number 4.
Just our host just turned into an Irish lounge singer, apparently.
Number 7's left.
All right. And we have 2 strikes to play with, Josh.
Yeah.
Madman, maybe? No.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Madman was anywhere near the most hated movie.
We already
amongst
know.
us.
We already know Jared's list is weighted. So, who? I think you had Jack Frost even lower than he did
Maybe Body Bags.
at 13.
No.
What about the
board?
What about the Gate?
Jared had the Gate pretty high, I thought.
Uh,
Maybe not. The Gate?
and was Cheerleader Camp on the other list?
No, it was not in the top 7.
I already said Cheerleader Camp.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
that got our X.
Madman
No,
at 7. I could see Madman.
I
at
had
7.
Madman pretty high.
Oh yeah, because you had it off the board first. For that, I don't remember where Jared had it.
I'm gonna go with Body Bags.
That's your answer.
Yes.
Survey's dead.
Hmm.
Because, as we know, we all voted that 13th.
But I
So
figured
it's-
everything else would be fucked. I don't know how median values work.
All
Got
right.
1X.
I'm gonna say it with my chest. If it was me answering, I would say House of the Devil. But I'm gonna put Jack. Oh wait, Jack Frost is already on there. Shit.
Yeah.
Demonic Toys is already on there.
It's really hard.
Um,
No, Demonic Toys is not already on there. The answer might be Demonic Toys.
could it be Demonic Toys?
I'd
All
say
right,
go with
yeah,
Demonic
let's-
Toys, yeah.
Demonic Toys for sure.
Survey's dead.
Yeah, nice job. I keep just forgetting that we even watched Demonic Toys.
I don't know how it really upset my apple cart of rose tinted memories.
I had 2 more, but we're not going to do them.
Let's do one more because I really don't want to talk about Ghoulies 4 again.
All right, make it quick.
Okay.
This is from the collider.com.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the adjusted for inflation highest grossing horror movies of all time.
How much is Collider paying you to mention them on every episode?
You just
$5?
Just giving you
$6?
my sources.
All right.
do
Sorry, go ahead.
you provide a link in your social media to the stuff that you're aping?
No.
All right, so adjusted the top 5
Box
Adjusted
office?
for inflation,
office.
top 5. And this is as of January 8th, 2025. So fairly recent. But
Fairly recent. All right, Josh, your start.
the top,
Okay.
we'll do top 5.
This is box office total, not versus budget.
Highest grossing horror movies.
Okay. Let's go with Demon Knight.
This is just this doesn't have to be just from our movies we've watched. This
It's
is
from
Oh.
Collider.
any
So
horror movie of all
throw
time.
our list out.
But I'm gonna have to go.
No.
He's dead.
No. The Conjuring.
Let's see. The Conjuring is Survey's dead.
Okay.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Survey's dead.
How?
Damn.
How is Texas Chainsaw? It's been out since the 70s. It made a fuck ton of money in the 70s.
The thing that sucks about this too is you also take into account what does Collider consider a horror movie. Jaws.
I can say they're all horror movies.
Okay.
Jaws. Survey's dead.
Jaws
See?
is not a horror movie, but okay.
Number
It's
2.
an action movie.
Oh God, I think
Is
most
Jurassic
people
Park a horror movie?
I think most people
Is Jurassic
classify
Park a horror
Jaws as a
movie?
horror film.
Titanic. How about that? Avatar.
Survey's
Avatar's
dead.
Oh,
That's 3
shucks.
strikes.
You and your
Game over,
fucking
man.
bullshit answers.
Fuck
Not
out of
Jurassic
here
Park.
with Colliders. What
I'm
were
gonna
the
write
top 5?
Collider and tell them to fire you.
What's the top 5?
Number 5 is Silence of the Lambs.
Not a horror
Fuck
movie.
off. That's a
It is a horror movie.
It's not a horror movie.
psychological thriller.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
It's definitely not a horror
Number
movie.
4. Oh, how's Aliens? It's a science fiction movie.
Aliens is more of a horror movie than the other two.
Alien.
Alien is
I'll buy
Alien is
that.
more of a horror movie than the other two you mentioned. Yeah.
I'll
Number
buy
3.
that.
It's a clown movie. It.
Wait,
Oh.
the new It?
I forgot about that garbage.
It.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
I forgot
2,
about that.
Jaws. Number 1, The Exorcist.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Made 3 billion adjusted
Two-
for inflation.
2 out of 5 of those were horror movies. It and The Exorcist.
Jaws made 2.7
Oh, and Alien.
billion.
Okay.
It made 900 million. Alien made 800 million, and Silence of the Lambs 600 million.
And Jared made $5 for using Collider for that question.
Top
God.
10, we had Hannibal, It Chapter 2, Bram Stoker's Drax, Interview with the Vamp, and number 10 was Blair Witch Project.
Hannibal is certainly not a horror movie. That's like a dark comedy.
Well, it's more of a horror movie than Ghoulies 4.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Then let's talk
All right, guys.
about a month straight of Ghoulies 4.
So
All
as
right.
you know, I spent the last few weeks getting down and dirty undercover in the streets of Haggerty's Town, Maryland,
Haggerty's Town. Uh-huh.
on this search for
Mhm.
Peter Liapis, and it ends up he is not hiding in Haggerty's Town, Maryland. However, I did find him on LinkedIn.
Oh,
Are you now-
He,
are you sure
he
it's
has
him?
been the sole employee of I believe it's called Liapis Enterprises.
Wow.
since about 2002. And I did send him an invite to be his LinkedIn friend.
Wow.
Connection. He has not accepted yet. So we'll see
Are you
if
sure
he.
it's him?
Yes. From the cheese and picture of him and the profile, it is definitely him.
Does
Either
he
that or
have,
it's been someone that's been running a long con since
What are they-
whenever LinkedIn became a thing.
What is it called on LinkedIn when someone's like following you or something? It's like your contacts or your whatever, your link. Does he
Connections.
Does he have Ghoulie Light and Ghoulie Dark as his connections?
That would be awesome.
There's just a picture of Arturo Gill and Tony Cox.
The only other thing I have to report from my research is I did listen to the episodes of Ghoulies Unflushed,
Oh wow.
where I misreported last time that they were actually interviewing someone that had to do with the production of Ghoulies 4. They were actually just interviewing some other random person that was a Ghoulies fan
Oh.
talking about Ghoulies 4. And not only did they discuss how Peter Liapis can't be found to do any interviews or talk about the Ghoulies franchise at all, they also went on and on about how remarkable the music score was in Ghoulies 4.
The
And
one that ripped off Tales from the Crypt?
I don't understand it because
See, I don't hear that.
all I get is just clown music and like bicycle horns and slide whistles. Like and they just went on and on about, oh, it was such a great score. It's two British guys too, but they're like, it's such a great score, and it really just added this comedic element to the movie. I'm like, okay.
They have different comedic sensibilities across the pond. Maybe they did find this to be a charming, funny.
No,
film.
wait. You said it was the Ghoulies Unflushed.
Ghoulies Unflushed podcast. Yeah.
Is it? That's the thing with the kid that wrote the Ghoulies Companion, which I have not bought.
It's also out of print because I was going to buy it,
but
it's a lot of money.
Graham Lenev Painter, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
All right, because I did read an interview with him. It may have been on Bloody Disgusting or something like that, where he was like, I'm not really a big fan of the fourth one. I didn't even know there was a fourth one.
Yeah. He talks about that. He was like, I was such a big fan of the first three, and he's like, I didn't even know a fourth one exists till I turned on the TV and saw that it was on Cinemax or something like that.
That podcast's defunct now, right? They don't.
Yeah, it stopped after like
that'd be
18
a shame.
episodes.
We could
you could definitely get that guy.
We could get him on, and then
you think we could get him for the Live in Your House watch?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
calling your shot, but we'll see. Still has a couple battles
if
to
it
go.
happens.
I do have to bring up something. Did we
Please.
ever? I remember the link that I sent you both of you this week. About the car crash scene, the most exciting part of the movie.
Yeah.
Did we talk about how there is that little trivia nugget on IMDb that they used I think it says, without looking it up,
it's nearly frame for frame.
it says reused. I think it says reused some scenes from the car chase scene from 976 Evil Part 2. They did not just use some scenes. They took maybe 0.5 seconds out of it and just used the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's
like
wild.
That is
how did they get away with that?
Wynorski did stuff that Ed Wood didn't even do.
Yeah.
Plagiarism.
Oh, that was another thing that annoyed me about the podcast was they were talking about Wynorski and what a brilliant comedic, how he could make all this cheeky horror and how great of a journeyman director he was. It's like, what fucking movie were you watching? Like, I get that maybe they were trying to put like a positive spin on everything, but it's like, Wynorski's a talentless fucking hack. Look at his goddamn resume.
Hey, that man made Cleavage Field.
That's Josh's opinion.
He sucks.
That's not the opinion of the podcast.
I'm
I don't think
sorry
I've
that the
only
dude that
ever-
did like Death Striker 2 should be put up on a fucking pedestal.
I think
The
I've
movie
only ever
sucks.
seen Chopping Mall of his, which I do enjoy Chopping
I
Mall.
do enjoy Chopping Mall.
Chopping
and
Mall. That's what I said a few weeks ago. Chopping Mall, all the good from that. Really, I was like, all right, this is gonna be fine.
And
And
Munchie.
it was and yeah,
That's it. It's Chopping Mall, and it's like he also did Munchie and
Cleavage Field. The
Cleavage Field,
Cloverfield sex romp.
and he did a bunch of number twos, like Subspecies 2, and like Doll Man versus Bratz 2, and whatever other garbage.
Bratz. Doll Man versus Bratz.
Whatever garbage
hey,
that nobody else wanted. Wynorski was like, "Is there a paycheck? I'll do it."
if it wasn't for Jim Wynorski, you never would have had Orville Ketchum.
Is that true?
That's
Yeah.
truth.
Sorority
So,
House Massacre. It's
gotta-
part 2.
Orville Ketchum wasn't. Wait, he did part 2,
Yeah.
or did he do the first one?
Jim
He definitely
Wynorski
did 2.
directed 2.
Okay, all right. Well, you get a point back, Wynorski. The day is yours.
Huzzah! The day is won by Janorski.
Ah, you win the day. You think you're a sly bastard, don't you?
Not a lot to say on this rewatch.
How did you enjoy this rewatch this week? Because I always like to give where I was at, how it made me feel. Because we know it's a terrible movie, but did you find something at all to enjoy in it?
No, it made me feel depressed. I watched it about 20 minutes before we started recording this, and I feel like I don't know. I just want to go to bed. It made me sad.
It really does just leave you with a feeling of sadness watching this movie.
The yeah, I mean, I'll get to it when we give our final thoughts, but
if they retitled this movie The Sadness and re-released it, people would probably find it to be more effective.
I did there's the one scene where they summon the she like goes around the corner because the Leopus guy comes out, the hologram of Leopus comes out, and he's like needs to find someone to turn into a demon. Yeah. So that the leather gal goes around the corner, and you just see shit flying out from the corner, like
is that where she's beating up one of the bikers
cone and like a bat? Yeah, so like all kinds of shit just goes flying everywhere, and then they bring him out, and he's got that deep voice, and you can't tell what the fuck he's saying. Yeah. So I turned on the old subtitles. Watch 4 for me is always a subtitles watch, so I can really try to like pick up on something.
I rewound it, and it says ineligible or
the
unintelligible.
Subtitles just say indistinct the whole time. So to this day, after 4 watches, I don't know what that plot point is of what they're trying to do.
Did I know?
But it looks so bad. The makeup effects on that guy and the way his voice. Why would they put those effects on his voice to make him not? You can't understand him.
Did we talk about the subtitles for Sears and Roebuck being Zeus and Robot?
Yeah, Zeus and Robot. No, we didn't. So even the subtitles suck on this thing. I do like.
I can tell you why she needed that demon, or why did she needed to turn that guy into a demon.
Well, I get why they need to do it. It's just I don't understand what they're saying.
Oh,
so I mean, with context clues, you get it, but like,
yeah, because somehow you can use a human being that gets turned into a regular size Gruely, and then that Gruely will tell you specifically where Lepus is.
Yeah,
like a leprechaun would.
Why wouldn't the devil just know that? Why did he need a minion that just got turned into a minion who all of a sudden is bestowed that knowledge? We got to take a break. We're gonna get cut off here.
Oh,
that's probably for the best.
Let's just 1, 2, 3 it. Let's just end this fucking charade. Nope. Jesus,
we'll come back out of the break.
All right.
Come on, Vicky, you deserved it. Can't you fuck anywhere else?
3, 2, 1.
Ghoulies.
All right. So that's that. All right. So let's find out what it's gonna. I just I did not like the sorority one. I already forgot the name of it.
House on
At
Sorority
all.
Row.
At all. But it's gonna be hard pressed to find something worse than Ghoulies 4.
Yeah.
So that's
If
and like what was it we did? What did we even do last week?
Death Dark Match.
Yeah, Dark Match. Like I said about that one, like that I didn't enjoy it. I won't remember anything about it, but this would have lost to a lot of other movies we've done so far, but
Would this have
just
lost to Dark Match?
No.
nah,
Or would you
Well,
have chosen Dark Match over this?
that
I probably would have chosen this over Dark Match.
I would have chosen
Maybe.
Dark Match over
Just
this.
thinking which one I would between the two want to
the
watch again.
acting, I
Whichever
think,
one's
was
shorter.
acting was better in Dark Match.
Isn't it
Somehow.
amazing that these movies that we've been watching are usually like anywhere from a half hour to an hour less than most feature films, and yet they still feel like they're
Yep.
so fucking long to have to
Yep.
sit down and watch.
If
I was
I
gonna
had to watch either one, I would choose it wouldn't, the only difference being whichever one's shorter would be the one I would prefer.
I was
It
gonna
wouldn't
say
matter. It would
both
feel like 2 hours.
both of these movies are fillers for a movie marathon.
Yeah.
Like if you were doing an overnight movie
Very.
horathon,
Yeah.
you
They got
throw
that
in
5 a.m. spot on Joe Bob.
yeah. I could see that, but like to be like, hey, I'm going to open up our Friday night fright featurette at the movie theater, and we're gonna show House on Sorority Row as the very first movie. No one would come back because they would all be asleep.
Yeah.
And have died in a carbon monoxide poison or dioxide poisoning.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel the exact same. It was
It was one
entirely
where
forgettable.
it was one where I was checking the clock every seemingly 40 minutes, but it was actually like every 5 minutes. I'd be like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And that hasn't happened for a while. I've at least upon a first watch, I've at least been able to like sit down and try to enjoy one, but still, again, it's just gone up against a buzzsaw of gruelies.
Gruelies to me just flies by. Sadly.
Oh, man. Even now?
Even now,
Wow.
I know enough of the script that I'm like, all right, now we got to get to this, and then just soon we get to this. So by the time that you see him, Faust getting giant in the back of the asylum, you're like, oh, this is the home stretch, baby. I'm
Mm.
As
rounding
soon as you
third.
see the random blonde with her, what was the companion's name? Bunko.
Bongo. Yeah, when you see Justine Rabbit appear.
All right, let's find out who will try to keep it out of the shit locker, because if this loses one more time, we're doing a commentary on it. So this is a
Holy shit.
big opponent, big moment.
This might be the cleanest sweep we've seen yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. It'll, man.
I know Madman went again. Madman, the way that we set up the podcast at the beginning, it had no favors done to it.
True.
Because Madman would not even be a speck on the windshield compared to Ghoulies 4.
No.
Gruelies. And who's facing off against Gruely? I'm calling an audible. It's not what I originally wrote down, but because of the spirit of the day, it's going to go against Leprechaun in the Hood.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Okay.
So we're gonna watch.
I see what you're doing. Put little people against little people.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I mean,
We
that's
can't
that's wrestling. That's what WWE would do. So
yeah,
why not?
there's actually a whole midget wrestling league that. Oh, sorry, not midgets. That's a terrible thing to say, and I, Sandy Duncan, know immediately. A little people wrestling organization comprised entirely of little people.
Oh boy. Well, that's what we're getting next week with I didn't even look if it's available, so maybe we'll have to come back and change that. But just dawned on me that that's the movie we gotta.
We wouldn't worry about it.
So
We'll
that's your matchup
Life
for next week.
finds a way.
Oh yeah, one of Collider's top 5 horror movies there.
Jurassic
Park.
It's readily available, so we'll be fine. So that's what's coming to you next week. So save some room for that because you're gonna eat the buckle.
All right. Bye, Buckle Buddies.
Get ready for round 6.
She's right. That lady's been a royal pain in the ass.